hope you told your boss you're going to need a 2-hour lunch break today because you need to sit down and watch the biggest matchup to date in the 2020 USL League One season. Second place Union Omaha on the road against the third place Chattanooga Red Wolves, presented to you by Transcard. Happy to have you with us on ESPN Plus. Joe Malfa here with you from CHI Memorial Stadium in Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is a makeup game from an earlier weather cancellation, but Mother Nature did us a favor because the stakes are much higher this time around on September 15th. Greenville leads the way, 22 points, but Omaha, Chattanooga hot on their heels, and only a point between the two of them. Chattanooga does give up a game on Omaha, who has the game in hand right now, but the only thing that matters right now, the 3 points at stake between these two sides, as Chattanooga is looking to vault Omaha, and they'll rely on Stephen Beattie to help get them there. The Irish striker, a legend around these parts in Chattanooga, last year led the team with 9 goals. He got a goal in his second game back this season after missing the first month of the year, and then the last time out this past Saturday against Richmond, he gets the winner in stoppage time. Crowd goes nuts, shirt goes off, everything going right now for Stephen Beattie and these Red Wolves. But they go up against an Omaha side that everything is going right for them as well, and they're doing it late. It started early in the season, home opener against North Texas. Evan Conway gets the goal, 74th minute, to win things, and that would become a theme as we would later find out. This past Friday night, it was Faraday Souza, 81st minute stunner to tie Tormenta 2-2. Back at home, Christian Molina against Tucson, game winner, 78th minute, 2-1. And then on the road against North Texas really got the short end of the stick against Omaha. 2 late goals against. This time it's Ethan Vanacore-Decker with the game tying goal in the 84th. It's a team that won't say die. It's why they're undefeated, and it's why Chattanooga will have to play until the final whistle today. Chattanooga Red Wolves, Union Omaha. Enough said. It's League One lunchtime, and the menu is set. A battle of two of the league's best coming right up on ESPN Plus.
Even in a pandemic, ankles get sprained, ears get infected, falls happen. But in times like these, the thought of going to an urgent care can seem scarier than the injury itself. So we want you to know that we've taken extra precautions to keep you safe. This pandemic can stop a lot of things, but it can't stop us from being here for you. CHI Memorial Convenient Care.
Joe Malfa back here with you on ESPN Plus. They are just about set in Chattanooga to get things going. Red Wolves in third, looking to jump into second over Omaha. And we take a look at the lineups coming up for Chattanooga in a minute. Jimmy Obleda, head coach. He was out there for a couple of hours before the game today. A lot to think about. A massive game today. Stakes are about as high as they can be at this stage of the season. And he will rely on this team to get them the much-needed 3 points. It's the same exact starting lineup as Saturday in the win against Richmond. They changed nothing. Why change a thing? I want to draw your attention to the bench. Beattie, Hurst, Hernandez, Okonkwo. They have 4 forwards who could come in and impact this game at any time. Hernandez had 2 assists off the bench. Beatty had the game-winning goal off the bench on Saturday. On the flip side, Union Omaha, Jay Mims, he still claims to be undefeated in soccer tennis at training, and his team is still undefeated in League One. 4-0-4, no errors found with this team's play of late. And they're looking to extend their now record unbeaten streak to begin a League One season with this lineup. Bit of a new look. They send Sebastian Contreras, who's been their leader, their captain, to the bench. A lot of games in a short span for Omaha, so they go with this quick switch. Christian Molina in, and then on the backside, Nate Auney on the back line. A couple of switches for a team that's looking to remain unbeaten.
And we are ready for kickoff.
Second place on the line, underway in Chattanooga. Red Wolves in their home reds, going from right to left. Omaha in their road whites, from left to right. Gorgeous day today in Chattanooga. Upper 80s, nice breeze, some cloud cover. Coaches are a little bit worried this week about the sun beating down on them, being a really hot, tough climate to deal with, but everything is all right so far. And Omaha looking to go quickly. Vandercourt Decker has Houseworth on the right side. The right back tries to send it across, that is blocked. And now the Owls will reset from the back. We saw them do this a lot this past week against Tormenta. Jay Mims joked, it's the first time his guys in history have ever won possession in a game, and he felt that it really helped them. Houseworth can't get to the end of this one. Fowler will just see it out for a throw. Once they started to gain more possession in that Tormenta match after being down 2-0, feels that is what set them apart, allowed them to come back. Their wide players got wide instead of falling into a trap of coming a bit too narrow. That width plus the possession helped spring the 2 second-half goals. Long throw. Alefi, overhead kick to clear. Both of these teams like to play through their outside backs. Houseworth, nobody home on that long ball. For Omaha, on the right, Luke Houseworth. On the left, Dami Villader. On the flip side for Chattanooga, on the right, Jonathan Ricketts, who's calling for the ball now on that right touchline, doesn't get it. And Ricky Ruiz on the left side. Matchups to watch throughout the day as all 4 outside backs partaking in this one will look to exploit the space in behind each other. It's going to be a chess match between Jay Mims and Jimmy Obleda. 4 matches unbeaten for Chattanooga, 8 matches unbeaten for Omaha. And both teams doing it with a flair for the late dramatics. Something's got to give, though, today. Both coaches, in separate phone calls this week, joked about wanting to finally have a game in which they're up 2 or 3 goals and can take it easy on their hearts, as much as they both said they live for games like that, and the adrenaline is pumping, and you love that late win against Richmond like Jimmy Obleda and Chattanooga had. You love that late fight for a draw for Omaha against Tormenta, but something tells me that game is not going to happen today, with both teams having a penchant for the late dramatics. And Ronaldo Pineda a bit too quick on that run. Flag goes up. Encouraging sign already, though, for him to get forward. As Rashid Nuhu dons the away goalkeeping purple kit. Their purple haze jerseys. Popular seller for the Omaha fans. Rashid Nuhu had a bit of a blunder on Friday night against Tormenta, an own goal. You watched it, you knew what he was trying to do, but instead of clearing it out, he cleared it into his own net. But it didn't cost them in the end. They get the draw. They go forward looking to take the lead now. waved off from Kyle Johnston. Omaha shouted for the handball in the box. That would have been quite the start for the Owls if they could have found their way to the spot, not even 5 minutes into this one. While Effie dropping deep, under pressure. This Omaha team likes to employ that very meticulous, structured, organized high press. Very complicated system, but the players are comfortable with it now. And their job is to make the other team uncomfortable, which they're doing right now. As Fala picks his head up, looks forward. Soto drops in to take charge. Potent attack for the Red Wolves. Lead the league with 15 goals. They go up against one of the stingiest defenses. Only 7 goals conceded by Omaha. Greenville with 6, the only team that has allowed fewer goals, which is very impressive considering they have played 2 more games in Omaha. Zacharias holding up, draws another throw. All the way back to Ruiz in space. Converted winger/forward to this left back role, which he's embraced. Soto not initially on the same page as Ricketts, but he gets it there. Dietrich, though, dispossessed by Tyler David. Some creativity there from Enfor trying to chest it over to Molina. Ultimately gives possession back to the Red Wolves. Ruiz switches to Ricketts. Chattanooga settling into a spell of possession, but just like that, Omaha turns up the pressure once again, committing numbers forward into the attacking half as Chattanooga works to get out of the defensive half. Nice ball, Ruiz in space, something odd. Very creative left back, cuts back on Molina. A couple of red jerseys in the box, but Molina does well to knock that one out for a throw. Switch of the attack from Walefi. Viadair snuffed it out. Down the wing, Pineda trying to make something of it. But Nate Awney sees it out. Physical play, and Pineda's in some pain. Crashed into the advertisement board. Rather, that was Dalton Knutson in that battle with Pineda. See if we can get another look at this. Really hard into the end boards there. Just some light padding on those advertising signs up against that chain link fence. Words being exchanged between Knutson and Pineda. Ronaldo Pineda's cousin, Ami Pineda, out with a lower body injury. Haven't seen him since the early season matchup against North Texas. Was supposed to be the creator for this midfield. But Jimmy Obleda and crew have found the alternative, and it's come through 4 players who interchange so well, all starting today in somewhat of a diamond box type midfield. Tanner Dietrich, Connor Doyle, Josue Soto, and Walefi. As Dietrich draws that foul, scored the opener for Chattanooga, rather the equalizer against Richmond on Saturday. But those four, all really good defensively, all really confident on the ball. They all know their assignments, and they're starting to gel to the point that all four can interchange with each other, and nobody at any point is out of position. It can flow freely throughout the match, and it's something that Jay Mims highlighted in our conversation this week, that they really needed to squeeze down on those midfielders, not allow them any space, not allow them to get settled. If they win the midfield, they have a chance to win the game. Jay Mims also very intimately familiar with Connor Doyle. You see on the left side of your screen as Chattanooga tries to pressure. Recruited him out of high school. Was with him for a semester at Creighton before Jay Mims left for Penn State. And Doyle left to play overseas at Derby County. Whistle has been busy from Kyle Johnston in the early stages, nothing too malicious. Elma and Forrest slow to his feet. Up and all right now. He got the first goal for Omaha as they were down 2-0 against Tormenta this past Friday. And it was his first tally of the season. Jay Mims hoping that all he needed was that first goal to allow the floodgates to open. Dangerous ball. Ruiz somehow comes away with it as Molina pressured. Really good run and anticipation by Molina, who now commits the foul on Ruiz. Down the wing. Gets it to Zacharias. In the corner, working on Villader. Sent in, headed away, Knutson. Bit of a feeling out process between these teams, meeting for the first time. Obleda, Mims coaching against each other for the first time. Odd noon start, another foul here. Again, whistle busy for Johnson, but nothing too bad. Odd noon start. Both played this weekend. Could be some heavy legs out there for both sides. Same starting lineup for Chattanooga. Minimal changes for Omaha. Doyle knocks it down into space, but too heavily. Pressure being turned up now from Chattanooga. Deflection from Walefi, but it doesn't bounce to a red jersey. Hausworth takes it instead. Jay Mims remarked he can never get the first 25 minutes of his life back from that Tormenta game. But so far, a better start, more controlled, composed start from Omaha than on the road in South Georgia. This is also the minute at which Chattanooga conceded to Emiliano Terzaghi on Saturday. So if they get through the next 30 seconds without conceding, already a better start for them as well. Heavy touch from Skiers. JP Skiers, one of the new additions to the starting lineup today. Devin Boyce gets the rest. Another switch from Chattanooga. Ricketts handles it just barely. Been trying to get really wide, now into Zacharias, but Oni is there. Chattanooga really trying to exploit those flanks. Sticking to the game plan so far for Jimmy Obleda. Felt they'd have space in behind Villader and Hausworth. Knows the pressure is very complex and challenging from Omaha, but felt it was kind of narrow and the spaces were there on the flanks as it is now. Doyle in space. Sends it across, backside, too high and far for everybody. Settled to Soto. He chips into the box while Leffy leaves it, but the flag does go up. He didn't touch it, but he played it. Moved towards it. And it cost possession in a dangerous area. Pineda was there. If Leffy would have just left it entirely. Tough to just hold back in that moment. Nearly a quarter hour gone. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Chattanooga fans were here in droves and very loud this past Saturday. Tougher start here at noon, but a lot of the Red Wolves faithful still made it out, still making the noise. We'll see how that continues to play out over the afternoon. Hopefully some of these people called in, told their bosses, I need 2 hours today. Free sliders with the purchase of a ticket as well. So come get some lunch at the park and take in second place, first, third place. Physical play down the wing. Johnston lets it go. Seems to have a really good grip on this game so far. Throw from Ricketts, but Dietrich in a bad spot. A very noticeable slower start for both of these teams in their respective Friday and Saturday matches this past week. As I mentioned earlier, to be expected. Feeling out process, heavy legs. I'm sure this game will open up after seeing what Jimmy Obleda and Jay Mims have cooked up so far this season. And in case you're wondering, that is not just a odd fashion sense decision from Jimmy Obleda as this throw is sent in. He's forced to wear that yellow penny because Omaha is in white, too confusing over there on the sideline. While Leffy yanks down a player, no call, and a chance for Chattanooga to break, but a nice step. Viadair boards the attack from Leffy. He goes down. Also no call from Johnston. And now that break from Chattanooga resumes. But they lost the numbers. Down the flank, Pineda. Nice ball from Leffy. Chance for Pineda to get into the box. Oni on him. Space for Pineda. The shot! Ronaldo Pineda. Excuse me, Ricardo Zacharias down the right wing. Zacharias' second goal of the season. Just as this game was really settling into a slow start, Zacharias picks things up, and it's 1-0 Red Wolves.
Red Wolves 1, Union Omaha 0.
What a ball from Leffy. Chips it over the top. Fooled me. Pineda's been down that side. Quick interchange with Zacharias. They switch spots, and Zacharias makes the most of it. Just pokes that one past the near post. Rashid Nuhu couldn't do anything about it. Perfectly placed by Zacharias. And the Red Wolves have the lead. Second game in a row that Omaha has now conceded first. So the Red Wolves avoided that bad start. After giving up a goal in the 13th minute last game, they get the good start this time. And Omaha in familiar territory from last Friday night. Down a goal in the first 20. Nice job by Ruiz, handling that ricochet off the noggin of Molina. Chest it down, can't beat Molina. Second time we've seen that battle now won by Molina in space. Will that serve as a bit of a shock to the system for Omaha? Jay Mims felt that second goal against Tormenta was the wake-up call they needed. Controlled all the play after going down 2-0, but you don't want to go down 2 goals before you start playing your brand of soccer. First few minutes after a goal is scored or conceded, the most important. Get back on track, don't give up another. Chattanooga has been tough to beat when scoring first, 3-1-1. That one came against Tormenta a couple of weeks ago. And Omaha, their 4-0-4 record, they've gotten 3 of those draws when conceding first. They continue to battle back. They cannot be killed this side. You were with us from the start. We highlighted all of their late goals scored this season. 2 late game tying goals, 2 late game winning goals. If you know how both of these teams have played, this one is not over until Kyle Johnston blows those 3 final whistles. A heavy whistle here to call a foul on the heavy challenge against Ricky Ruiz. Take another look at this one. Little stumble from Ruiz, and Tyler David comes in very hard.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and he does receive the yellow card from Kyle Johnson, first card of the day.
Number 6, Tyler David. The official yellow card brought to you by Kepperman, White, and McGarvey Eye Care. We fix foul vision.
Tyler David, the eldest statesman in the starting lineup today for Omaha, with Sebastian Contreras on the bench. 26-year-old from Minnesota. A lot of experience in USL Championship. He's been everything Jay Mims has hoped for as a defensive midfielder for this team. Omaha not happy with the call. Possession retained by the Red Wolves. Early season, Chattanooga wasn't getting the results they wanted despite playing really well. Jimmy Obleda chalked that up to not putting away the early opportunities they had in games. They felt that a lot of those close games, they could have been up 2-3 goals in the first half. Called out his team on that fact before the New England game. They scored 3 in the first half and won that one 4-0. Had 1 goal in opportunity so far today, they've converted. And especially with how Omaha has come back in just about all their games, you know they're going to be looking for another goal or 2 here in the first half. Not going to be going into any sort of shell, this Red Wolf side. They have to deal with this now from Molina. 1-on-2, gets his cross off. Flicked away by Ramos. Dangerous ball in. Chance there at the front post for Houseworth. Pushing way up the field from his right back spot as he now jogs back.
Okay. The knob is broken. I'm having to tape it, so, yeah.
Pressure from the Owls. That one sails over the head of Ricketts.
Okay. Well, it hadn't long slip for a couple of games.
Knutson
All right, is that okay? All right, here we go.
looking to thread a ball through. Finds Vanacore Decker. Haven't called his name a bunch today. The man responsible for 7 of the 11 Omaha goals this season in some capacity. 4 assists, 2 goals, 1 penalty drawn. So far, just 1 total shot, and it was the goal.
All right, well, I got it. Okay.
18th minute, Ricardo Zacharias on the assist from Walefi.
Which one? That one?
Possession right now, 64-36 in favor of the Red Wolves.
All right, hang on. Untape it.
Doyle touches back to Fala. At this point in the season, Jimmy Obleda has said we've seen every team play nearly 10 times. There are no surprises. It's just a matter of execution. Through 25, executing the game plan so far.
No?
Knew what to expect out of Omaha and vice versa. Jay Mims knew what to expect out of the Chattanooga side. You got a nearly top of the table clash, not quite because this involved the first place team in Greenville with 22. But second and third battling it out. As it stands, the Red Wolves would jump ahead of the Owls.
Which one are you talking about? All right. Tape it down again. All right, I didn't see anything move on the barrel.
Tight play on the wing. Foul conceded. Chanced to whip in a free kick in a dangerous area for Omaha. Jimmy Obleda was very worried about dealing with set pieces. I shouldn't say worried. More of a point of emphasis, knowing that Omaha really has a knack for wreaking havoc on set pieces. This is their first opportunity to test Chattanooga's set piece defense. Ball sent in low, never tested anything. Easy clearance, top of the box.
Tell you what,
Poor service from Vanacore Decker.
Kevin, do you want me to go to a different filter, throw a little more depth of field in it?
Hausworth sends that one off the backside of his teammate. He's looking to send it out to the left wing. Conway couldn't get to it. Nice turn by Pineda. Finds Soto. Nearing the first half hydration break. Pressure going up another notch again from Omaha after they've sat back for a few minutes. Definite shove there from the goal scorer, Zacharias. They were again looking to go long to Zacharias on that right side. That's where the goal came from. It's the spacing behind the right and left backs that Jimmy Obleda wanted to exploit. And that is the space that provided the first goal.
All right, tape it.
Ramos, tight battle with Vanacore Decker, who loses his footing on the turf.
Oh, I'm sorry, God. Well, okay, hang on. Tell me again. All right.
Ruiz surveys his options. Don't forget, once we get into the second half, still plenty of time before that. Keep in the back of your mind the 4 attacking players that could come off the bench for Chattanooga. In Okonkwo, Beatty, Greg Hurst back from injury, and Marky Hernandez. It's important to note, even with the 1-0 lead, Jimmy Obleda acknowledged the fact that teams around this league have not been able to close out Omaha. It's something that if they got the early lead today, they'd be tasked with doing. And he thinks the remedy for it might be more attacking players. Forget the defense, but the attacking guys out there, keep the pressure on, get another goal, keep them in their own half. All 4 of those guys at Jimmy Obleda's disposal today. But the midfield so far for the Red Wolves in total control. Soto, Doyle, Walefi, and Dietrich. Touched on it earlier. Ever since those 4 have really started to mesh and grow familiar with each other, Dietrich, the loanee from Nashville in the MLS, they have been a force to be reckoned with, and that's when the winning streak started. Or rather, unbeaten streak, 1 draw mixed in there, 3 wins. And now Zacharias squanders the possession down the right side. And with that, Kyle Johnston will send the teams to the first half hydration break. A lot to talk over for Jay Mims. Slow start for his side again. Although better than Friday night so far. At this point, they were down 2-0 Friday night. Just 1 this time. But still a lot to figure out as we go into the last 15 minutes. We'll take this moment to go back to the demonstration on the field pregame between these two sides, arm in arm. The United Soccer League, all 47 championship and League One clubs and its players stand together in support of unity, diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Please join us for a 15-second moment of silence as we are all united against racism. Coming up at halftime, a look around the league's best highlights from this past week. Jason Ramos, you're watching him now play right center back. Well, that was quite the lightning bolt, and then the right back for Omaha, Faraday Souza, got a goal of his own, and that is in Ascona for Fort Lauderdale. Plenty of great goals this past week. Tight race for USL League One goal of the week. All that and more coming up at the halftime interval. Jimmy Obleda, fiery as ever. He's got the goal lead. You could see the energy he just gives it off to his teammates. They feed off of him. Teammates, rather, his players, they feed off of him. And they're looking to nurse this 1-0 lead and add to it. Familiar territory for Jay Mims and crew. You might say they have Chattanooga right where they want them, based on the way the Owls have gone this season with their results and the late draws and the late winners. Played very well from behind. This team never panics. Very calm, organized, structured. They know that they're going to get their opportunities, and they create most of them with their pressure. A couple of times they've nearly forced turnovers at the back for Chattanooga that could have presented some dicey moments, but they very much struggled in the first half. 6 of their 8 goals conceded have been in the first half. And their 8th, courtesy of Ricardo Zacharias. Back in the 18th minute. While Leffy the assist, Chattanooga did exactly what they wanted. Exploited the space in behind the outside backs. Long ball from Walefi down the right flank, in behind Villader. Zacharias did the rest. Rashid Nuhu gets us back into play. Sent in, no problem for Mangles. Not on the same page this time on the long ball. The Ghanaian Rashid Nuhu retrieves it. 3rd round pick by the Red Bulls last year. Started all but one game this season for the Owls. He was suspended for that one game, got a red card against North Texas. Sam Howard filled in. He's the backup again today. Pressure from Walefi on David. Taste of their own medicine for the Owls. Usually they're the ones on the pressuring end. They recover quickly and they have an attack of their own. Right side, Molina alone. The shot saved by Mangles. Ball still loose. Doyle able to clear. Molina and Hausworth work on the right side. It's Hausworth. Sends the ball in. Center of the box. Elma Edfor off the crossbar. Elma Edfor got his first goal of the season on Friday night. Jay Mims thought the confidence would now be there for another, but the crossbar robs him. All Mangles could do was watch and now thank his crossbar. Whatever Jay Mims said in the hydration break, it's paid dividends so far. Last couple minutes, all Owls. Narrowly missed being 1-1. And now a very heavy challenge from Ricketts on Villader, writhing in pain. Very heavy challenge in from Ricketts. Trainer now being waved on. Villader still down, still in pain. Take a look at the chances that just occurred for the Owls. First it was Molina, the save from Mangles. And then the ball loose, cleared by Doyle. Moment later, perfect ball in for Luke Hausworth. Elma Edfor off the crossbar. For a guy on the shorter side, he gets up on those headers. That's how he scored his goal against Tormenta. Hits that one an inch lower, and we're level. Villader hasn't come off the field much, if at all, this season for Omaha. In some serious pain, being helped upright by the trainer. Take another look at that collision. Ricketts came in strong. Looked like his knee hit the left side of Villader. He immediately went to grab his left side, Dami Villader. And Villader up now, I guess realizing that no card was issued in this exchange, and you could see the welt there, the red mark on his left side as he holds up that jersey. We'll monitor that, see if he can continue. Be a big blow to this Owls side if he can't continue. Off that free kick. Looked like it glanced off the head of Knudsen. And it's going to be an Owls throw. Case being pleaded down in the corner by Doyle. Long throw, tried again. Elma Edfor chips it backside, headed away. And now further along by Walefi. They try that long throw all the time at home in the much smaller Werner Park. It nearly paid off for them here on the bigger field as well. N4 forces a turnover. David can't get to it. Shows you just how quickly this top line for Omaha, with the press on, can force that turnover. Few minutes remaining before halftime. Chattanooga looking to maintain this lead. Three shots, one on target for Omaha. Still just the one for Chattanooga, but that won the difference right now. Both coaches were pleading for a game that didn't have drama. Give both of their hearts a break. Jay Mims, Jimmy Obleda. So the way this first half has gone, and the scoreline could be headed that way again. Another game down to the wire between these two teams. Chattanooga has only played one game this season that was decided by more than one goal. While Effie comes in to clean this one up. Same can be said of Union Omaha. All their games decided by one goal or fewer. Nice job on the end line to keep that one alive. N4 in the box. And now Soto just clears it out. Was about to be a corner kick, but the flag popped up late for offside on that exchange between Vanacore Decker and Elma N4. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for the Chattanooga Red Wolves and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus get reminders on their next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Leffie had the assist on the goal. He's on it now. Threads that one through to Dietrich as he draws the foul. Kyle Johnston thought about advantage for a moment, but Dietrich did nothing with it. The Brazilian Walefi, League One All-Second team last season. Started the year in a deeper role for Chattanooga. More of a holding role in the midfield. Ever since the injury to Ami Pineda, he has embraced that role as the attacking midfielder playmaker. Well done by Ricketts to nod that one along and keep it in. Got way up on that one. Pineda keeps it alive. Dietrich picks his head up in space, lays it off to Walefi. He's never afraid to shoot from deep. Tries a little chip instead. But Rashid Nuhu, no problem. Ball into space for Conway. He can't get to it. Goal kick. Chances have been few and far between in this game so far. I'd expect a much different complexion of this game in the second half. Feeling out process just about over. We've gotten past the oddity of a noon start on a Tuesday. And once they sit around in the locker room, realize this game is for second place, expect that intensity to ratchet up as well, even down the stretch here in the first half with the physicality, the fouls. You've already started to see that intensity ramp up a couple of notches. Jimmy Obleda, that intensity is always at an 11 out of 10 for him. Unhappy with something in that exchange. It'll be Chattanooga's kick. Something there led to both coaches being unhappy. Jay Mims voicing his own displeasure. Nice move by Ramos. Finds Ricketts, looking forward. Up top towards Doyle. Touch fails him. Nice challenge put in by Walefi, who wins the ball. Takes down Molina. Thought that one might have been a foul, but again, clean, according to Kyle Johnston. In the 45th minute, stoppage time now. 5 minutes to be added here in the first half.
The official has indicated 5 minutes of stoppage time.
Can Chattanooga do anything with this attack? After the steal by Walefi. Only one shot in this first half. That's all they've needed. And if they could go into the break with a 2-0 lead on 2 shots, that would look a lot better. Doyle. Run was made in the middle by Dietrich. Ruiz finds Pineda in space, but he can't quite get to it. And it last ricocheted off of Ro Pineda. Goal kick. And 4 taken down. This time the whistle blown on Ruiz. Another chance in this first half perhaps for Omaha. This free kick right on the borderline of where you might see a shot. This one might be one for Vanacore Decker to just put the head down, put the laces through it, and test Alex Mangles. Awkward angle to try to chip in a cross or float something towards the top of the 6-yard box, but unless Hausworth has something up his sleeve off the training ground, making a run on the right side, just standing there idly right now. We've seen this team be very tricky on set pieces. A lot of space on that right side. Keep an eye on Hausworth if he makes the run. Hausworth making that move now, right side. Vanacore Decker just puts his laces through and hits the wall. Tyler David cuts it back. Molina sends in a cross. Turns out to be a shot. Nobody crashed near post, and Mangles just watches it go harmlessly.
No, I don't need a lot because it's real sticky. But that ring is so close to the iris in case you've got to move the iris on.
Mangles takes his time, waves his players forward. The Red Wolves faithful that made the lunchtime trek out to CHM Memorial Stadium. Been rewarded so far with a 1-0 lead. Soto goes long. Pineda can't get to it though. Nuhu very confidently off his line. Fala plays through traffic. Finds Zacharias. Turn on via Dare, but the left back does well to cut that one out. Dietrich makes the run. Pineda wanted it back. Instead, it's Ricketts. Couple of minutes remaining here in stoppage time. 5 awarded. 3 and change played. Heavy touch from Ruiz. Forced to go back with it. Ramos up to Zacharias. Good hold-up play from the striker. Finds Dietrich. Run coming on the left side from Doyle. It's Pineda, top of the box, poked away. Knutson. Still under pressure, it was Houseworth. Nuhu goes long to N4. Flicked on, Vanacore Decker looking to get there. He'll get it now off the header from Josue Soto. Tyler David in space. Evan Conway beats Ricketts momentarily. The defender recovers well. And you see Elma N4 hunch right over after that pass was made. He and Conway not on the same page. N4 zigged, Conway zagged. That one might have been the last opportunity to get something going here in this half for Omaha. 20 seconds remain. N4 and Conway, they'll try again. N4 chips it in. Flicked away by Fala. While Effie springs to the loose ball, harassed by Knutson. Ruiz sprays wide to Dietrich. No whistle yet from Kyle Johnston. Is he going to allow one more attack for the Red Wolves? They don't seem to be in any hurry to push forward. Pass to 5 awarded. Seemed like Johnston wanted to give them one more opportunity. They just passed it around the back. Content to go into the locker room with a 1-0 lead. Assist from Walefi, goal from Zacharias. The difference right now. Still 45 to be played, and if you know anything about these two teams, it's the last 45 where things get crazy. Omaha great coming from behind. Chattanooga, though, 3-1-1 when scoring first. We'll see if they can hold on to that mark. But it's a mark earned by hard work for Jimmy Obleta's squad. Tremendous belief right now in this side. Unbeaten 4 in a row. J. Mim's side unbeaten 8 in a row. Those forces, well, something's got to give. Something's going to cancel out. Zacharias goal the difference right now. Back in a few moments with the halftime show.
Sunny 92.3, music that makes you feel good.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet.
James and Kim in the morning.
No, who's taking you
And the best variety of your music all
Turn the radio on.
today's Sunny 92.3.
Welcome back here on ESPN Plus as halftime continues. Joe Malfa still here with you, and we'll take a look now at highlights from Week 9 around USL League One. A loaded week it was. It started all the way back middle of the week on a Wednesday night with these Chattanooga Red Wolves on the road against New England Revolution 2. And I don't think anybody was prepared for what was just about to happen right there. Jason Ramos, it made SportsCenter top 10, and for good reason. Tremendous strike from the center back. I don't think that he thought he had that in him, but he did, and it gave them the 1-0 lead that was not too long-lived. Before the half, Orlando Sinclair gets the goal. His first of the season, just became a dad. Everything going right for him right now, but things not going so well for New England Revolution 2 as this continued. Late in the second half, backside, headed down by Pineda off of Diego Souza. Hits his thigh, just trickles over the line before Joe Rice can get to it. And that is your final 2-1. Chattanooga and Jimmy Obleta take their first 3 points of the week. More from them in a bit. Friday night, Union Omaha, you're watching them right now. They are a team that refuses to lose. Started off bad. Micheletto to Meyer behind Nuhu, 1-0. And from that point on, it was still all Tormenta. They controlled the first half hour of the match. Jad Arslan into space. A bad break here for Omaha. Fortunate for Arslan. Off the post, Nuhu whips around, puts it into his own net. And now Omaha is facing their first 2-goal deficit of the season. But it doesn't matter. They get the first one back here. Elma Enfor continues to fight for it. Finds the goal. And then Faraday Souza beats Pablo Hara, one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Frozen 2-2. Another late goal from Union Omaha. Jay Mims and crew take a point, remain undefeated. Back to Chattanooga, as I mentioned. Started off bad for them as well as it did for Omaha in their Friday night game. Emiliano Terzaghi, 13th minute. He gets his 7th goal of the season. Currently the leader of the Golden Boot race. But after really starting hot, Richmond kind of took a back seat as the second half wore on. Marky Hernandez came in as a sub about 30 seconds before this play you're seeing. Finds Tanner Dietrich. He finds the goal. And now it's tied. Brand new ball game. Another look at this one. Dietrich, the Nashville loanee, gets his first goal in the Red Wolves uniform. He's fired up about it. Gets tackled by Hernandez, but Hernandez wasn't done. End line finds Beatty, the winner. 90+1. Gets the job done. The Irishman, I don't think he cares at all about the yellow card he gets for this. It's all about the celebration. It's all about the 3 points. And it's why Chattanooga has a chance to move into second place. Now, later on in that Saturday tripleheader, we go to Fort Lauderdale. Edison Ascona. Oh, he's got a shot here to have one of the goals of the month of September, curling this one backside. It gave Fort Lauderdale the 1-0 lead against their in-state rivals, and they would have more in store as well in the driving South Florida rain. Second half, Ricky Lopez-Espin. You saw the goal from Emiliano Terzaghi a few moments ago. Well, Ricky Lopez-Espin had to keep pace in the Golden Boot race, gets his 6th, touching it past the keeper and slotting it clinically into the net. 2-0 win for Fort Lauderdale, who is quietly still hanging around in the race for the top 2 spots here in USL League One. Now, late action in the desert Saturday night. North Texas trying to hold on and not fade away. FC Tucson looking to make a late charge. Well, this isn't going to help their case. It's going to help North Texas's. Fortunate call here on the penalty kick. Very borderline call. Looked like it hit Alarcon in the chest, but he is shown the yellow. The penalty is called, and Ronaldo Davis makes it 9 penalties in a row that have been converted here in USL League One ever since the first of the season was saved. Shortly thereafter, Benny Redzik takes an end line. Quirky little play here, takes a couple of funky bounces, and Colin Smith back post says thank you very much. One of the easier goals he'll score, and that gives North Texas the 2-0 victory. They're still hanging around. Last year's league MVP, Arturo Rodriguez, back in the fold as well for Eric Quill and company. Don't sleep on North Texas. And then to close out the week, Sunday, Greenville, your first place team, they just keep on rolling. And now they've got 22 points as a result of this victory against Madison, who themselves were trying to hold on in the race. First goal goes to Lachlan McLean. Nice bit of technique there on the scissor kick. Get some boxing technique in as well. I hope he picked that flag up. Don't leave that for the groundskeepers. Now, second half, Philip Marchetto, one of the newcomers in USL League One, makes a save back post on J.J. Donnelly, but he wasn't going to be able to keep this one out of the net. Jake Keegan. It's been a while since he's found the back of the net, but he gets it here after taking the early lead in the Golden Boot race this season. That will do wonders for his confidence as Greenville heads down the stretch. And we will be back in a few moments with another look around USL League One with some news and notes, and then the second half of action between Chattanooga and Union Omaha.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
On the penalty against Chattanooga, tied things up at 1. And Luca Meyer, a couple minutes later, gave them the lead. Arslan's shot from distance. Uh-oh. Do we have a repeat? Giveaway. Rivera in the box on his left foot. Nuhu saves them.
Foley fires. Oh, what a goal! Welcome to Madison, sir. Junior, right side. Deflected, still alive, headed, and what a brilliant save! Joe Rice coming to the rescue.
Towards the byline, trying to pick out the cross, sends it piecing through towards Doyle, and it comes from Walefi, whose first time strike has drawn this game level.
Put in by Bender. That is punched and then knocked away. Aviles with the glove save.
News and notes from around the league. We're halfway home, as hard as that is to believe. Well, some sides have been more than halfway home for a couple of weeks now, just based on the way the schedule has worked out. But now we have officially reached the halfway point. Everybody has gotten there, and there's been quite the scoring streak as well. We started off with a couple of goalless draws at the early stages of the season, but that has not happened since July 31st. So if you like goals, this is the place for you. 7 in a row with goals for Omaha, 6 in a row for North Texas. And everybody hunting for Halloween. I tell you what, the decorations come out earlier and earlier every year for Halloween. But in League One, the preparations for Halloween started all the way back in July. Greenville leading the way right now with 22 points, but the fight is tightening beyond them. We take a look at the tight fight for the Golden Boot as well. Emiliano Terzaghi with 7 leads the way. Ricky Lopez-Espin with 6. They both scored this past weekend, staying on each other's heels. Greg Hurst has been out for a bit, but getting healthy, has a chance to enter back into the race. Shaq Adams just had his first game in 4 in which he didn't score. So he is still in the thick of things, but cooled off maybe. And Jake Keegan, welcome back to the race. Scored 3 early goals and finally got his 4th now. And his teammate Dallas J leads the race for the Golden Glove. Top keeper so far this year. He's got 6 clean sheets leading the way. Another familiar face in Akira Fitzgerald on the back end here, still clinging on. And then 2 League One newcomers in Rashid Nuhu and Philip Marchetta have made their presence known throughout the league between the sticks. Look at this past week's scoreboard. You see there, it was a full week of USL League One action. 2 happens to appear a lot. 2-0 was the popular scoreline of the week, a pair of 2-1s, and then the lone draw of the week, Omaha and South Georgia at 2-2. Look at the standings, how that was impacted. Mentioned Greenville at the top, 22 still. But then look beyond that. It's Omaha and Chattanooga right now battling for second place. But now you're starting to see all but 3 teams with double digits, all within striking distance of each other. It's going to be a wild ride to the finish. Top 2 teams only make the League One final on Halloween. And here's the upcoming schedule for this week as they continue to play towards that. 1 game Wednesday night in the desert, late night. And then the maximum amount of games possible on Saturday. We want you to enjoy your League One Saturday. 1 o'clock, 6:30, 2 at 8, 1 at 9. All but those 2 8 o'clock games are staggered, so you could catch them all. No excuses. Open up 2 tabs for both of those 8 o'clock games and make sure you are keeping up with everything in USL League One. Keep up with the rest of this game as well, as we'll be back in a few moments with highlights and stats from the first half. Slow start to the first half. Things picked up midway through and really heated up down the stretch. Let's take a look back at it. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN+. The goal in the 18th minute. Walefi found Zacharias down the wing. Did really well there to fend off his man and just poked this one near post past Rashid Nuhu. Another look at this one. Battle with Auni right in front of Hausworth sliding. And Nuhu a little bit too late to react. Flex from Zacharias. This offense flexing its muscles. 14 goals on the season for the Red Wolves. Chance though on the other side for Omaha. Nice save by Alex Mangles. Quiet day otherwise. And they're able to deal with it. Doyle sends it away. Closer look at this one. Chance here after the save for Vanacore Decker coming in, but couldn't do anything with it, overran it a bit. Here's the best chance of the half, though, for Omaha. Cross it from Hausworth. Elma Edford got up for it, but off the crossbar. Mangles could do nothing but watch and hope. And his hopes come true. Crossbar and out. Still a 1-0 lead for Chattanooga. And with that, we take a look at the stats. That goal you saw, that's the only shot and shot on target for Chattanooga still. But it's all they need right now. Omaha began to press a bit more after that. 5 shots, 1 on target. Possession all the way of the Red Wolves. As we're set now for the second half of action here from CHI Memorial Stadium in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Substitution for Union Omaha. Entering the match, number 28, Ilal Osumano. Exiting the match for Union Omaha.
Second half underway.
Number 3, Damia Villader. We begin the second.
Hear the announcement of the substitution here at CHI Memorial. Ilal Osumanu checks in for Dami Villader. Hope everything's all right with Villader. He did suffer an injury in that first half, returned momentarily, and now subbed out at the halftime break for Osumanu, the center back. See how that reshuffles them at the back. And 4 taken down cleanly. Villader has been a vital part of this attack on the left side for Omaha. As much a left winger as he is a left defender. This might be a case where they try to go for 3 at the back. They tried a 3 at the back look against Tormenta in the second half. It worked out for them. It opened up some more space, allowed them to use the wings and get wider as Dietrich ranges forward. Osumanu, his first involvement, pressuring Ricketts, and right to the face of Dalton Knutson. It's going to be a corner kick for the Red Wolves. Take a closer look at this one. Osumanu, for the time being, seems to just be playing a natural left back right off the face of Knutson. That hurt to watch live. It hurt to watch in slow-mo the second time. Ruiz set to deliver the corner. First of the day for the Red Wolves. High backside, headed across. Punched away by Nuhu. It'll be another corner. It was Ramos who got ahead to it. They'll try from the other side as Walefi goes out for it. Keep an eye on what Osumanu does for the Owls. Again, it seems to be playing a natural left back for now. Ball sent in. Tyler David gets his head to it. Anytime he is near an aerial, odds are he is going to win it. Now he defends as Ruiz comes forward into the box. Sends it across, takes the deflection, and only white jerseys around it to clear. Another chance for Ruiz. He's taken down hard. The whistle from Kyle Johnston goes against Hausworth. The fans in the corner holding up their own yellow cards. Will Johnston go to his pocket? He'll check on Ruiz first. Only Tyler David is in the book right now. Ruiz has taken a couple of heavy shots today. Once this settles, it'll essentially be a corner kick from a few yards closer. Take another look back at that Header from Ramos on the corner. Looked to just be centering it for a teammate. And then it ended up just hitting the post. Knew who had that post covered. Looked initially like he punched it, but on a closer second look, he just let it hit his post. Seemed like he thought it was just going to go into the side netting out for a goal kick. Fortunate bounce for Omaha. Now the chance here on the free kick. Red jersey is flooding the box. Sent in low and hard. Knocked out for a goal kick. At least it seemed off of Zacharias, but Chattanooga gets the call. It'll be another corner kick while Leffy stands over it again. On the ground. Doyle can't flick it on. Service has been poor on each of these set pieces so far. Begin this second half for the Red Wolves. This is where Ramos scored from last Wednesday. Is he thinking about it again? Nope, just across to the far side this time. Sent in towards Zacharias from Doyle, but knew who out to greet it. He tries to spring the quick attack, and 4. Flicks it over towards Vanacore Decker, recovering well as Ruiz. Heavy collision again. This game really heating up, and David comes in to shove Ramos. He's got to be careful. He's already got a yellow, David. But one of the emotional leaders of this team coming in to protect his player. Kyle Johnson going to the pocket for Ramos. Johnson going to allow David to get away unscathed after the shove. The card went back in the pocket. You heard the shouts from some Red Wolves players calling for that second yellow against David.
Ramos.
But it'll just be Ramos for
The
now.
yellow card is brought to you by Kapperman, White, and McGarvey Eye Care. We fix foul vision.
You can sense this game. Tempers, tension starting to heat up later on in that first half. And carried over into the second. Still 40 minutes to be played, plus stoppage time. Vanacore Decker floats one, backside of the box. Loose, taken down and sent high and wide. It'll be a goal kick. Angles short to Ruiz and now long. Conway, space in the middle. Has Molina with him. On the left side, he has Vanacore Decker, and that's who he uses. David forward, getting a bit higher up the field now for his normal defensive number 6 role. In space, Doyle left side. Zacharias ranging forward with him, but the ball not there. Dangerous header back from David as Pineda sought to pressure Osumanu. Good job by Ricketts to shield that one out. Earn the throw for the Red Wolves. Stoppage here from Kyle Johnston. Substitution being made. Attacking minded. Marky Hernandez checks in. Ronaldo Pineda checks out.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution.
Hernandez didn't even take a minute to get onto the score sheet when he was subbed in on Saturday. Less than a minute into it, got the assist to Tanner Dietrich. Later in the match, second assist of the day for Stephen Beatty to put home the winner. Came on as a sub right around this same minute mark on Saturday. 2 assists, impacted the game in a tremendous way. He's 5'5", but his impact on the game, huge. Brings a lot of speed on that side. It will look to get him involved very quickly, and you can already kind of get the sense of how Jimmy Obleda wants to close this game out. It's going to be attacking-minded subs. They're going to keep the pressure up, and they're going to try to find some insurance goals. No team has been able to figure out how to close out Union Omaha yet. They've had late winning goals. They've had late tying goals. They're undefeated, 4-0-4. Can Obleda figure out the blueprint and give it to the rest of the league? Zacharias had Dietrich in space, leaves it for Walefi. Ruiz sends the ball in. She knew who grabs it. Shouts for a handball from Walefi. Fans of either team, go ahead and put your ticket requests in. For Chattanooga, they're home on Saturday against Greenville. They are continuing their ascent up the standings. They played third place Richmond, now second place Omaha, now upcoming first place Greenville. And for Omaha, same thing, get your tickets while you can. They've been selling out every match. They're home against New England Saturday night, 8 p.m. Sent in and grabbed by Mangles. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. local time for that Omaha match on Saturday. Don't want you on Eastern time showing up late to Warner Park. That place has been an electric factory all season long. Omaha very tough to crack at home. Chattanooga trying to crack them here at their own home turf. In the middle, Hernandez running onto it. Lets it go across his body. Shot shanked. Pass across. Saved by Nuhu. Hernandez still going for it. He's taken down. And Conway clears. Hernandez looked to shoot that. Shanked it, but it went right to, it looked like Zacharias on the far side. Now Molina quickly the other way. Backside, headed away by Ruiz. Not enough loft on that from Molina to get it to Vanacore Decker. David comes together with Walefi again. Has to keep in mind he's got the yellow. Omaha can't afford to go down a man. It's been a couple of minutes and you already see the impact from Marky Hernandez. Greg Hurst got all the early attention, 5 goals for this team, but Marky Hernandez has really made a name for himself of late. The Week 7 Player of the Week in League One. Made a bid to earn that this past week as well, with those 2 assists in his half hour of play. Stoppage here from Johnston with a player down. Thought that's what he was stopping it for, but the play continues with the throw. Now Johnston blows the whistle. Another look at that try from Hernandez. Winds up there. He was definitely trying to shoot that. Ended up finding its way to Pineda. Would have counted as an assist all the same, but Rashid Nuhu makes the big stop to keep this one a 1-goal game. Vanacore Decker in the box. Nothing there. Stingy at the back from Chattanooga all day so far. Omaha Parliament hosting a watch party on Zoom. They watch intently as their Owls are looking to remain unbeaten as we approach the hour mark. Hernandez tight quarters. Gets past Conway, but not Osumanu. Heavy touch by Knudsen. Zacharias nearly sprung to it. Foot race between Nuhu and Hernandez. Well done by Hernandez. Nearly thought he got that out for a throw. The last moment, the assistant referee points to the goal kick. Flicked on really well by Enfor, but a bit too well as it's out of the reach of Conway. Molina over on the left side now. We've seen him mostly on the right. Skiers tries to switch, but only turns it over. Hernandez not happy to see the flag go up behind him. Thought he was in for the break. One thing Chattanooga has had an knack for is getting shots on target. Only 2 today. Came in with 50 through their first 9 games played. So Omaha has done a good job of limiting the chances for Chattanooga, but they've already converted one. Trip on that far side. More shouts from the Omaha bench. Not happy with the way the calls or non-calls from Kyle Johnston have gone today. Here at CHI Memorial Stadium, Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN Plus as we're past the hour mark. Two subs coming here for the Owls. Christian Molina out, Devin Boyce in.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitutions for Union Omaha. Entering the match, number 20, Devin Boyce. Leaving, number 14, Christian Molina.
Boyce had the assist
Also
on the game winner against Orlando City B last weekend.
Sebastian Contreras.
10 days ago
Leaving
now.
the match, number 7,
Sebastian Contreras, the other player checking in. Ethan Vanacore-Decker goes out. A lot of minutes logged on the legs of Ethan Vanacore-Decker. Couldn't quite get anything going forward today. Contreras spells him. Creative and dangerous in his own right as Conway works with Boyce. Contreras on it now. Dangerous left foot of his, crosses with the right foot. Backside header over the bar by Conway. Evan Conway has a knack for sneaking in behind the defense. That's how he scored both of his goals. Nearly gets his third. Found that empty space. Doesn't test Mangles. He's actually Nate Awney on that cross. Fortunate ricochet in favor of Chattanooga. Hernandez has Dietrich in the middle, sends the ball in. Tanner Dietrich alone, right-footed shot, his second goal of the season. Second of the game for the Red Wolves, and they're up 2 on the Owls. All Marky Hernandez does is come in off the bench and rack up the assists.
Chattanooga Red Wolves goal number 21.
And just like this past weekend, he comes off the bench, he gets the assist to Tanner Dietrich. And the Red Wolves, they can smell second place here in League One. A 2-goal lead, a half hour remaining over the Owls. Well taken first time from Dietrich. That one was made to look easy, but it is anything but. Bouncing ball coming across his body. Struck it perfectly. 22-year-old from Nashville. On loan from Nashville SC in the MLS. Was the 28th overall pick this past year. Acquitting himself well to this Red Wolves organization and their fans. And now the Owls really on the ropes. We were down 2-0 last time, Friday night, against Tormenta. Although they didn't concede this late. Both goals conceded in the first half hour. Alma Enfor scored in the 70th to cut the lead in half. Verity Souza in the 81st to tie things. So nearing the time in the match where Omaha kicked it into another gear after being down 2-0 Friday night. Very curious to see now what Jimmy Obleda has up his sleeve. He really harped on how tough it is to finally see a win over the finish line for any team in USL League One against Omaha. I mentioned it a few times today. They're late equalizers, they're late winners. Nobody's set that blueprint on how to actually close out a game against Omaha. Factoring in stoppage time, Obleda's about a half an hour away from maybe doing that. And he said he looked to bring on fresh attacking legs late to increase the lead if he got it. He's already made one attacking sub, bringing in Hernandez. Paid dividends, got the assist on the second goal to Dietrich. And it's Hernandez down now. Hernandez walking it off. Schedule has been an absolute gauntlet for Chattanooga. 3-2-1 all in a row. Third place Richmond, second place Omaha. And this coming Saturday, first place Greenville. They've been up to the challenge so far. And after not trailing by 2 goals at any point through their first 7 games, second match in a row that Omaha has gone down 2-0. Bengals will take his time. Some kids out there on the berm taking this in. School day, but I'm sure no one will tell. Out here to support the Red Wolves. Omaha has had their opportunities. Mostly came in the first half. It's been quiet in the second. Ricketts gives that away. David looking to spring the attack. Long run from Conway in space. Cuts in, works on Ramos. Soto there to clear it. The top 2 players on Omaha and chances created. Dami Villader, Ethan Vanacore-Decker combined for 32. They've both been subbed out of this match. So where will the chances come from as the team stares another 2-0 deficit in the face? Long throw. Headed towards the end line. Knudsen trying to shield it out for the corner, and it works out. Now I mentioned Villader, Vanacore-Decker going out. 2 that have come in, Contreras and Boyce, 3rd and 4th on the team in chances created, combining for 20. It's Contreras who stands over this corner kick now. Good delivery, center of the box, headed down towards goal, but Mangles able to grab it. Knudsen didn't get all of it. Three shots, just 1 on target in the second half for Omaha. Give away from Contreras. Hernandez wanted to send Zacharias on the run, but Zacharias wasn't in motion. Anybody on that top line for Chattanooga, you got to figure as soon as Hernandez gets on the ball, a run needs to be in the works. He will find you. 4 assists now on the season for Marky Hernandez. Boyce sends in the cross. Mangles leaps onto it. And 4 counting. Very seldom used rule, but goalkeepers do only have 6 seconds to get rid of it. As they try to milk the clock late in a match like this. Hernandez draws the foul. It's going to present another set-piece opportunity for the Red Wolves. But first, the whistle from Johnston. Sub coming in. Juan Mare in for Elma Enfor.
Substitution for Union Omaha. Entering the match, number 22, Juan Mare. Leaving the match, number 15, Elma Enfor. Also entering for Union Omaha, number 25, Panzani Sosa.
Second substitution as well for the Owls. Verity Sosa, who scored that stunner of an equalizer Friday night, comes in for Conway. Soto chips this. Rick is trying to run onto it. Contreras got a touch to it. That was something off the training ground, and it yields a corner. A look at Sosa coming in for Conway. Expect him to push a bit further up the pitch than he typically does. Typically used as an outside back, but has the tools to be more of an attacking winger. Hernandez set to deliver. Sends it in, backside, and just a bit high as Ricketts couldn't quite get over that ball. On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. You could catch the League One final on Halloween on Sirius XM. Both of these teams hoping to be there. The way Greenville is playing right now, there might be only a spot for one of these two teams. Juan Ignacio Mare in the box, working on Ramos, wins the corner. And if this result holds, it'll be Chattanooga who slides into that position. Albeit momentarily, they would only go up 2 points on Omaha, and the Owls do have a game in hand. So Owls would still control destiny in that aspect as far as leapfrogging the Red Wolves once again. But all the pressure would be on the Owls, having to make up the ground. Contreras sends it in. Fist to the head of Tyler David, rather Juan Mare. But the ball came off of that head before the fist hit it, so it'll be a goal kick. Despite the protests from Owl players hoping for a corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for your Chattanooga Red Wolves. Entering number 11, Greg Hurst.
I mentioned Obleda would keep the pedal to the metal. He brings in Greg Hurst, third in the Golden Boot race for Ricardo Zacharias. way this 18 was constructed today, there really weren't defenders to bring in to defend a lead. 4 forwards, 1 midfielder, 1 defender on the bench for Chattanooga. If that was any indication of exactly how Obleda wanted to close this one out. Greg Hurst has missed some time, nursing a nagging injury. Returns to the pitch now for the Red Wolves. And wouldn't he love to return with a goal? Put this one totally out of reach. And get back into the thick of things in the Golden Boot race. He led it before his injury struck. He's behind Terzaghi by 2 now, and behind Ricky Lopez Espin by 1.
This is your last call for alcohol. Once the ball stops moving, the beer stops pouring.
Souza chips it backside. Mangles under it. That one was trickier than he thought it would be. Breezy day here. You've seen the flags whipping around the stands. One got caught up in the breeze, but Mangles handles it here in the 75th. Quarter hour to go. Hydration break coming up. Next stoppage. Heavy pressure from Boyce. Ramos just barely pokes it over. Ruiz clears it now. Sand slipping through the hourglass for the Owls. Set the League One record for most matches unbeaten to begin a season. Seeing that slip away. The mark is at 8. Breaking North Texas's mark of 7 set last year. Deflected out for the throw, and Kyle Johnston will send them over for their hydration break now. 3 shots in the second half for Omaha, 6 for Chattanooga. After Omaha led that department 5-1 at the half. Red Wolves have taken control of this game. Possession is also 60-40 in their favor. A look back at the first goal from the first half. It was Zacharias who poked it past Nuhu at the near post. His second goal of the season. And then Tanner Dietrich wanted to join him in the 2-goal on the season club. First time half volley past Nuhu. On the assist from Marky Hernandez, who once again provides the service as a substitute. 62nd minute for that one. Zacharias' goal came in the 18th. Now look at the schedule ahead for the Red Wolves. Saturday finishes their slate of playing the top 3 teams in the league. They're hosting Greenville at 1, and they take a flight out to the Midwest to face Madison, alternating between home and road the rest of the way. And for the Owls, they host the Revs this Saturday. 2 at home for them at Warner Park. Richmond Kickers come in next. Another big game with the Kickers up there right now in 4th place. 2 out of the 3 following on the road against Fort Lauderdale forward Madison, with a home match against Tormenta in the middle. And I don't know what else you might have expected, but if you expected Jimmy Obleda's energy to fade at any point in any game this season, you're sadly mistaken. It goes up as the game gets later. He senses this team is on the verge of taking 2nd place. He felt they should have been there already. Early season results that a little break here or there didn't go their way, despite outplaying their opponents in some losses and some draws. Now the results have been there. They're on their way to a 5th straight match unbeaten, 4 of those 5 being wins. Omaha will be happy to return home after this match, after Southeastern road trip against South Georgia Friday. North and west of that today in Chattanooga. And possibly between training sessions out there in the desert, as New England Revolution 2 is visiting FC Tucson tomorrow night. A chance for them to maybe take this game in. Head coach Clint P.A. possibly watching intently, as they will face Omaha on the road on Saturday. We saw that match between two inaugural sides kick off the USL League One slate back in July. They started with a 0-0 draw between them. So the return match this time at Warner Park. Reminder to Owl fans watching on the Omaha Parliament Zoom watch party, get your tickets while you can. Supplies in that department dwindling as the Owls continue to post socially distant sellout after socially distant sellout here in 2020. And it's a loaded Saturday all around in League One. The maximum 5 games to be played on Saturday, with Forward Madison being the lone team off. Foul here in the middle of the park goes against Skeers. Captain Soto grimacing a bit, but walking it off. Lofted long to Hernandez. Shove in the back. Went initially uncalled. Late whistle from Johnston. The right call. Cannot let your guard down, though, if you're the Red Wolves against this Owls team. Continue to score late goals. Jimmy Obleda wanted one game where he had a multi-goal lead late, so his heart can relax a bit, but this is probably not the game that even with a 2-0 lead, you feel comfortable. Now, if they get the third, Jimmy Obleda could take a deep breath. And it looks like he's really pushing for that third. You just saw there as the ball went back for the Owls, Stephen Beatty up off the bench, getting final instructions from Jimmy Obleda. While Leffy in space, Dietrich making the run in the middle. He goes left instead to Hurst. Dietrich continues his run. But he goes inside while the ball goes outside from Hurst. Appears as if Okonkwo was also up. This team had 4 forwards on the bench, and it looks like Obleda is going to bring all 4 of them in here in the second half, even with the 2-0 lead. He said he'd do it if they had the lead. Really push hard for another. Put it totally out of reach. Get those fresh legs up top. Keep Omaha under pressure. Don't let them get comfortable. Felt that they got comfortable late in the Tormenta match, and it's why they completed the comeback to draw 2-2 after going down 2-0. He doesn't want to have the same thing happen here at CHI Memorial. Marky Hernandez pushing for that third. Step over, past Osumanu, chips in towards Hurst, but over the Scotsman's head. Verity Souza brings it down. Sends forward in the box towards Mare. Taken down by Boyce. Volley attempt from Skiers. Misses everything. As the Red Wolves are set to make these 2 changes, want to remind you to follow the Red Wolves and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLFs, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. While Leffy will give way for Okonkwo, Tanner Dietrich, who scored the second, comes out for Stephen Beatty.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitutions for your Chattanooga Red Wolves. Entering the match, number 10.
We saw Okonkwo make his debut this past Saturday for the Red Wolves.
Leading the match, number 21.
Homegrown signee by Atlanta United. Spent the last 2 years in USL Championship with Charleston Battery and Atlanta 2. Very gifted player that adds to an already loaded top line for the Red Wolves. Yet to get on the score sheet, but Obleda was very happy in that roughly half hour that Okonkwo played this past week. Everything from him was positive. Good runs down the wing, drew a free kick just outside the box. And the Red Wolves get that third goal to put this one out of reach. Don't want to count the Owls out at any point, but this one might already be out of reach the way the back line for the Red Wolves has been playing. Their offense gets all the attention. Their defense has been tremendous. Spoke with Jimmy Obleda about it this week. He found the pairing of Jason Ramos and Leo Fala midway through the first half of the year. He stuck with it. It's been great. Mix into that the really good just assignment defending by their midfielders, Soto, Dietrich, Walefi, and Doyle. And it's the recipe for success they've had at the back. Omaha has scored a goal in 7 consecutive games ever since that season-opening 0-0 draw against New England. That's in jeopardy of ending as well. Flag goes up on the far side. Foul called against Omaha. Alex Mangels, a few minutes away from his third clean sheet of the season. It's been nearly a month since Chattanooga has conceded more than 1 goal in a game. That came against Tormenta on the 22nd, a game in which they had a 1-0 lead and blew it late. One of those goals came on a penalty. One of those goals came on an otherworldly strike from Luca Meyer. So not really much of an indictment of the Red Wolves back line, just a penalty that Obleda was unhappy with the call, and then on the flip side of that, an incredible strike. So he wasn't unhappy with the performance of his back line, even though they gave up those 2 goals and led up in that game. Imagine these teams might show a bit of fatigue today. Quick turnaround, noon start after playing this weekend. The good thing for Chattanooga, despite having another game Saturday as Boyce tries to latch onto this one in the box but can't, is that they stay home. They don't have to travel back home like Omaha will tonight. Sent in and away by Ramos. Boyce with it. Dancing past his defender in space, past Fala, center of the box. Skiers can't hang on to it. Was ready to fire off a shot and had it knocked away. Tired legs really haven't shown much, though, for Chattanooga. On the top line, at least, as they've been able to rotate players. Such depth in that area of the field. Sent in by Hausworth, punched away by Mangels. Knutson lines it up. He takes a shot. That one troubles only the forklift with the scoreboard attached to it. Hurst takes it down. Hernandez into some space. Pushing for the third. Marky Hernandez, nice move, gets past Contreras. Boyce is there. Battle of the number 20s. Hernandez continues to dance away, and now it's knocked out for a throw. Hernandez calling for someone to move. And now Johnston calling for him to just get the ball in. As he milks some time off the clock. Okonkwo playing in the corner. Gets it out to Hernandez. Space and line. Taken down. Ball still in. No call. And as the dust settles, Contreras clears it up the field. Ricketts wins it to Doyle. Red Wolves will try through the left side, but Hurst turns it over. In the 90th now. This would be Omaha's craziest Houdini act to date if they could find a way to earn a point. And they're going to have 6 minutes to do so, I'm being told. As the fourth official is set to show on his board the stoppage time we have today. As daunting as the task may seem, if there's any team in this league you cannot count out, it is the Owls. Committing everything forward now. Contreras lofts one into the box, headed away. Beatty and Contreras go at it. Wily veteran move there from Beatty. He seemed to hook the arm of Contreras, drew the foul. Osumanu comes in to get the ball back to the spot, try to hurry things up. No subs remaining for the Owls, one sub remaining for the Red Wolves. At this point, if Obleda wants to make it, it'd likely be to just milk some more time off the clock. Over everybody's head. Knutson skies it. Off the face of Contreras. And Omaha has to get things forward here. They can't try to claw their way back from their own defensive third. Verdi Souza in space. Threads it through. Juan Mare towards the box. Boyce with him. Can't squeak through past Soto. A central defensive midfielder, as always for this Red Wolf side, tracks back. Saves what would have been a golden opportunity for Boyce. Just outside the 6. Long throw towards the front of the 6, flicked on and dealt with by Doyle. Flag goes up on the far side. And it's for an illegal throw-in. You do not see that often. But as Skeers tried to get everything he could on that throw towards the goal, stepped over the line. Mare with it again. Working with Contreras, and Ruiz gets rid of it. Not the normal attacking day we've seen out of Ricky Ruiz on the left side, but a really good defensive day. Continues to impress in his new role. Very physical play down there. And now shoving. Didn't seem like much initially there, but a lot sparked from it. Now we wait to see what may come of it as far as cards. Jay Mims very unhappy. He's been unhappy all day with Kyle Johnston. Started with this physical play, late challenge from Boyce. Tabletop shove there from Ruiz as he goes over the back of Beatty. Beatty's like, I didn't do anything, I was on the ground. He apologized immediately to Boyce. And then David and Ramos getting into it. Card was shown, it seemed, to each team, but And everybody over there trying to sort out which players specifically got it. You see Okonkwo asking who as Hurst shoves him away. Judging by Okonkwo's reaction, it appears he might be one of the players to receive a card. A lot to sort out near the end of this one for Kyle Johnston. That one might add about a minute or two to the clock as well. See if we can get you the housekeeping on the cards, but first a free kick. Headed away by Ruiz, again doing well at the back. Hernandez just putting his hands up in the eyes of Osumanu, trying to block his vision any way he can. Hausworth, Souza. Souza scored from here on Friday night. He'll try again. Takes a deflection and saved by Mangles. Good effort by Beatty. Slows down the attack. Second ball on the field. So they'll redo the throw. Barring a late miracle, Chattanooga would be 4 points back of Greenville, level on games played, and hosting them this Saturday. Maury trying to bring it down, falls down in the box. Again, no call from Johnston. Long throw from Souza. Into the box, volley. Misses everything. Not Omaha's day going forward. This day was bound to come at some point. 8 unbeaten to start the year at 4-0-4. They'll be 2 points back of these Red Wolves with a game in hand. And lurking behind those three, the Richmond Kickers, 14 points in 8 games played. So both Omaha and Richmond would still control destiny over Chattanooga. Richmond 4 back, 2 games in hand. Omaha 2 back, 1 game in hand. But at the final whistle, all that matters right now is Chattanooga has vaulted into second place, beating Omaha 2-0. Another heavy collision at the whistle. This game really started to kind of get out of hand late. Tempers flaring in the end. Hate to see a game finish like this. That brings the Red Wolves to 5-2-3, drops the Owls to 4-1-4. Goals from Ricardo Zacharias, Tanner Dietrich, and a massive Tuesday lunchtime win for the Red Wolves. They've been hunting for points, and they found them. 4 wins, unbeaten in their last 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next home match
They've started to rack up the wins.
Is this Saturday, September 19th, as first place Greenville triumph.
We'll take a look at the highlights from this one.
Kickoff is at
started in the 18th minute with the Ricardo Zacharias goal on the ball from Walefi. Otherwise, a slow first half. The better of the chances all went to Omaha, but they couldn't convert. In the second, Ricketts gets it into Hernandez. This was a warning shot. He had a chance, got it over to Zacharias unintentionally, but still got it there. Nuhu came up big to keep it a 1-goal deficit, but it wouldn't remain a 1-goal deficit for much longer. Marky Hernandez would leave his mark on this one. Came in as a sub again. We'll get the assist later on. First a chance on the other side as Conway snuck open at the backside to put his header over the goal. Weren't too many chances in this second half for the Owls. And just a couple moments later, Hernandez finds Dietrich. Perfect first-time shot. Nothing Nuhu can do about it. He gave the Red Wolves the 2-0 lead. Not safe against Omaha. They just came back from the same deficit Friday, so they had to be careful, but they were able to see it through. They win this one 2-0. They lose in the shot department. They win in the shots on target department and the possession area. But most importantly, 2 goals, they get 3 points, and they're now in second place. Right on the heels of Greenville. And again, Omaha and Richmond do still control destiny over Chattanooga because of games in hand. But you'd rather be the leader in the clubhouse and force the other teams to go ahead and catch up to you. Now with that, all of the zeros officially gone from the win-loss draw area on this standings board, as Omaha is no longer unbeaten. Their first ever loss in franchise history at the hands of the Red Wolves on the road. We knew this would be a big one today, and a great battle it was. At lunchtime in League One, Jimmy Obleda willed his boys to victory, 2-0 over the Owls, and it puts them in second place in USL League One. Thanks for tuning in on your lunch hour today. We'll be back with plenty of action this weekend here in USL League One. Action tomorrow night in the desert as well. For my crew, I'm Joe Malfa signing off. Have a great rest of your day. Chattanooga 2, Omaha none.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.